everyone. Welcome to Quarantine Parenting. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being with me. My name is Dr. Courtney Pegram, and if you're just joining my channel, I designed Quarantine Parenting to give you tips, resources, and daily insights on what you can do to survive working remote, homeschool, and just all the different emotions in your household. So today I'm filming in my living room just because the light's a little different, and if you can hear some side noises, it's my dog snoring. So I apologize, but I've been kicking him out to different rooms, so I think he deserves a good place to take a nap. So don't mind him. And then also I wanted to explore topics that are really important to me and have been coming up more and more in the news is loneliness and isolation. So I want to talk as a parent what it feels like to be alone. So you can have a gazillion children, one child, a spouse, living with your parents, other family members, and you can still feel alone. You can feel disconnected. You can feel misunderstood. Those are all things that might happen. It's not the amount of people that surround you, it's how connected you are to people that really can determine, are you with other people? Are you alone while other people are around? And then, do you feel lonely, or do you take time to retreat to recharge yourself? So those are things that are important to define, because being alone doesn't necessarily mean that you're lonely, right? And when you're lonely, it doesn't mean that you're by yourself. You can be surrounded by people. So what I want us to do first is think of what loneliness means to you and define it. Once you've defined it, I would really look at the different behaviors, the thoughts and emotions that come up when you're feeling lonely. So for me, when I feel lonely, I feel like a pit, like sadness. I feel despair. Sometimes I feel isolated. I feel so disconnected. Things that I might do, behaviors, I might not respond to a call. I might hit decline when someone's calling me. I might retreat and spend more time by myself in my room, feeling sad, and I'm trying to think about like what the thoughts that would come to my mind would be like, I just feel like I'm so alone right now that no one understands me. I feel disconnected. So those could be some words. So the idea is like exploring what loneliness means to you is really helpful, because then you want to come up with creative solutions, because this is a totally different situation for everyone. So now, what do I do when I feel lonely during this pandemic? Well, there's a few things you can do. So what I would recommend is first, make a list of things that make you happy. Because once we can figure out what brings us joy, it's easier to go back to those things versus, well, I don't know what makes me happy. So if I was to make a list, I would say things that make me happy are going for walks with my family. Family walks are huge in the culture of my family. I love FaceTiming with my close friends. I love it. I find connection that way. I just love seeing their beautiful faces and watching the emotions, being in the field of working with emotions. Like, I love to see people's faces. When I feel lonely too, I tend to journal about the experience. I meditate. I try to stay connected to someone or something that's important to me, so I don't feel so much the isolation. So if I've been spending days at home and not going out, sometimes just creating like a group chat, or planning out a virtual party or virtual book club. Any of those ideas where you're socially interacting using the platforms of technology is really important. It's the best way to kind of get through your day and pass it. So what I'm saying is you want to find what brings you joy, because those are small distractors to kind of help you get through it, right? Because you can sit with loneliness and you can process it and not suppress it and don't let it go by. But also then you need at some point to shift, to do something for yourself, because you don't want to just sit there and feel sad all day, right? If you need to do that for a few, like, you can. I'm not telling you what you should do. I'm telling you that when you're ready, when you find that moment of, yeah, this sucks right now, but I want to feel better. I want my day to change. I don't want it to be all like this. Just making that quick shift of like, let me go for a walk, let me call a friend, let me get on social media and interact, not just scroll, interact, like talk to people, give compliments, share kind words. Let me make a care package for someone. Let me drop off something at my neighbor's, right? So there's ways, small ways to interact, right? Even writing letters or cards to people you love. By the time they get through the mail, it's 3 days. And I'm from what I've heard, we can still do that. Or there's even apps that you don't even have to write anything. You put it all online and send it and it gets mailed to them. Can be really helpful. Reaching out to people is the most critical. Hey, I'm stuck. I'm alone. And most people say like, hey, I'm with you. I feel you. It's isolating. Having challenges like from Friday dress up to wearing your old wedding dress to emoji, gifts, and meme challenges, to doing workouts with people you love during Zoom. I mean, yoga, meditation, art classes. You know, there's tons of stuff. You just have to be creative on finding the outlets that will relieve this sense of feeling isolated. So those are some things I wanted to kind of bring up for today. So your homework is to create a list of things that make you happy. And then find people that enjoy those things so that you can connect with them. And then, last but not least, create a list of all the people you want to reach out to this week. So I would say 1 to 3 people a day is a good number to reach out, because you don't want to overdo your list and then feel really bad because you're not reaching out to all these people. So create like a master list and then divide it up into like weekly or daily, and reach out to 1 or 3 people a day and tell them why you love them. You'll be surprised, right? About the reaction, about the love pouring back in, and that creates connection. That helps us with loneliness. So anyway, thanks for joining me. If you did like this video, please click the like button and then subscribe below. Okay, thanks. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.